Why don't you sing along, my friend? For it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong, ever brave. Memories like this never end. No, they don't fade away. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Close to the sun. Here's to the ones who let shine through the rain, the ones who stood for something more. We won't forget your names. The tide is high, say goodbye, we set it sail, and all those midnight secrets told, we'll take them to the grave. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Getting stronger every day. Keep on pushing through the pain. Keep on grinding till we take. Ain't no mercy in this life. There's nowhere left to run away. No, there's nowhere left to run away, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away, run getting stronger every day. Do the bullets and the flames, but the fire's in your eyes, and there's no place left to hide. You got nowhere to run away. No, you got nowhere to Infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power. It away. Let's sing a song full of hope, full of pain. Why don't you sing along, my friend? For it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong, ever brave. Memories like this never end. No, they don't fade away. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on. And I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Close to the sun. Here's to the ones who let shine through the rain, the ones who stood for something more. We won't forget your names. The tide is high, say goodbye, we set it sail. And all those midnight secrets told, we'll take them to the grave. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on. And I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Close to the sun. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on. And I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Getting stronger every day. Keep on pushing through the pain. Keep on grinding till we take. Ain't no
This is Jay.
Hello.
Oh, the one and only Jay. How you doing?
I'm doing.
Hey.
I just posted the link and I was like, oh, I wonder what she's up to. But I didn't know you were just starting.
Yeah, I was just starting. Like, you build it and somebody comes, and usually when two or more gather, usually there's some more that come up. Feel free to share this link, by the way. You can, as long as it's not, well, I mean, actually, you can share it to most anybody as long as you're not a porn bomber. We're cool.
Oh, yeah. I think I only know one porn bomber.
I mean, we could try Jesus is Lord, but I think he's got me blocked because I'm a woman.
Yes, he probably does.
Oh my goodness.
Most I wouldn't know where to share it for him. He doesn't. I don't think he even gets it. Well, I mean, I could share it on his channel in a comment thread, but how's my audio? Because I'm on my cell phone.
Your audio is pretty good.
Okay, good. Normally, it's not.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good, actually. Like, it doesn't sound like you're on the cell phone at all.
Oh, that's amazing. Normally, I sound like I'm in a tube. So most people say.
You know who I miss in Hangouts? I don't know if you know. Did you ever hang out with St. Tommy?
St. Tommy, I've talked to him. I talked to him, I think, a couple times on Jello Shots, in a hangout that Jello Shots was running.
Yeah, I like never see St. Tommy anymore. I'm like so sad about that.
You can see him in Jill's and Praise's channel sometimes.
Oh, Lord help him! Someone help this man. Gosh, I love his little sayings. He's like, "Do you hold faith and belief even when you're asleep? When you're unconscious, do you hold faith and belief?" I see what he's going to. He's like arguing for once saved, always saved. It's really funny.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So like say you get a head injury and you're like, oh, I'm an atheist. Like God's not going to be like, well, now you're going to hell. So.
Yeah, I think he's a universalist, isn't he?
He's what?
I think St. Tommy's a universalist, isn't he?
Yeah, of sorts. Yeah, some sort of universalist, I would say. Definitely. Oh my gosh, it's Wildheart, one of our commenters. Hi, Wildheart. How you doing? Yeah, St. Tommy does rock. Wildheart says hi to Jay.
Hi, Wildheart.
I don't think I've ever heard Wildheart talk. He's just like a commenter.
Wildheart is just there. Wildheart has always just been there.
I don't blame it. Being a talking head's dangerous. You end up in wars with fundamentalist Christians.
Yeah, if you get on G-Man's bad side, Praise's bad side, don't get me started on Praise now.
So I have a question. When you talk to fundamental Christians, do you get a sense that they say in glee that you're going to the lake of fire, or do you think that they're actually concerned?
I have no idea. I couldn't give you.
I get the sense of glee.
some of them have just weird, like if you talk to Praise, I don't know, because he believes that everybody just exists in God's mind because he's a subjective idealist. So hell could just be a place in God's mind. I don't know. It's weird. Depends on what person you're talking to.
If hell is a place in God's mind and he's a subjective idealist, then we're just in the Matrix, right? Like all of existence is in God's mind.
Yeah, he believes that reality is mental. That it's basically, reality is metaphysical. All of reality.
Right.
Metaphysical.
I played with that idea before, but it seems like the Bible teaches dualism, so I don't know. It's Fabio. Add to stream. Hey, Fabio, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
This stream is for moderate cunts. I'm kidding. I can't even call you a cunt, seriously.
I mean, technically, I'm in your group, so I guess I apply in some way.
No, I'm teasing because,
Okay. So I try to be moderate because I already am a cunt.
Right,
so I try to moderate myself. Okay, now I see what you mean. Okay, fair enough.
Yep. We're just chilling here. No subject per se. If you have something that's on your mind, feel free to speak it. If you have like really hard feelings about pesto right now, this is the time to share.
Did you say pesto?
Yeah, there was an argument on Discord about pesto.
Yeah, if it's made with pine nuts, it's an abomination.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that apparently people doesn't know where to stop. It's so funny. It is really funny. Yeah.
Well, I think it's really funny too, because like isn't it also like, wasn't it your spouse that found Italian seasoning and poured it into the garden?
Yes. Yes. When we went visiting Christopher, I think we were there for less than half an hour, and we just went. We went in the kitchen. Well, maybe more because Shanna was already back home. So we were already in the kitchen and blah blah blah. And Christopher was fixing something to eat, and he took out this thing which said Italian seasoning. So I called my wife. I said, Babs, I mean, look at this shit. And she looked at it like if it was a turd laid on a beautiful flower bed, And she looked at it and said, well, I mean, I think you should throw it away. And I just said that. She just grabbed it. She said, yeah, it's a good idea. She walked into Christopher's room.
Oh my God.
And Christopher was laughing and said, well, I wouldn't be laughing because she's going to. What do you mean? Yeah, she's going to. She opened the some windows which goes in a yard. She went outside and she poured the old content in the grass outside. She came back with the empty bottle. And I said, Christopher, I told you so. I mean, so yeah.
Well, that's bold. And I mean, how can you challenge an Italian over food? Like I said before, like it's just a losing battle.
Listen, you can challenge anybody on food. It's not a big deal. But there are some things which they do not make any sense. And if you show it to my wife, something which is first of all, Italian seasoning means nothing at all. And also, I mean, you just look what's inside and you just put it accordingly. Because I'll tell you a secret. Not all the spices goes together with all the food, right? So having a mix of spices, it doesn't really go well with everything. Sometimes you need basil only. Sometimes you only need rosemary or thyme or, whatever. But if you mix it all together, you have to put it all together, which doesn't make too much sense.
Well, that's why we have Italian seasoning. It's all there, all together as one.
So it's not good for anything, right? Yeah.
Yeah, my wife used to do scrambled eggs with she used to make scrambled eggs, and I always thought that she was up in her game and she'd add Italian seasoning to scrambled eggs. And I had to beg her for years, you need to stop putting Italian seasoning in
Right.
scrambled eggs. Please. There's just no. It does not belong in.
I'll tell you another secret. There is no such thing as Italian seasoning. I know, shocking, right?
There's seasonings that are used in Italian cooking that are preferred.
Yeah, yeah. But usually they're not used all together in the same dish. Depending on what you cook, you put what's proper. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in agreement because my wife is, like I said, she abused Italian seasoning for years, and I told her, this sucks. Stop using it.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was funny.
Don't let Italian seasoning abuse happen to you. It's serious.
Yeah.
Well, it's like when Italian seasoning kind of got, like, I don't know, people started getting it on their subs, like Subway started, oh, you can get Italian seasoning sprinkled on your sub, and it's like, no,
Oh yeah.
no, don't. Like, people put Italian seasoning on a freaking tuna salad sub. I'm like, that is gross. Just gross.
So think about you going to Japan, right? And you find a bottle which says American condiment. And and there is ketchup, gravy, I don't know, help me out there.
MSG.
Yeah.
MSG, that's the one thing that can carry over.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Ketchup,
That's that kind of
gravy,
stuff. Yeah.
barbecue sauce.
Yeah, barbecue sauce. Yeah, that kind of stuff. And it's called American seasoning. And you see somebody actually taking that and pouring on, I don't know, a hot dog or an hamburger, whatever. I mean, what would be your reaction? That doesn't make any sense. We don't have American condiment. What the fuck is that? That's the same thing. It doesn't make any sense. So my wife, being the better part of me, she just decided to take things in her hands, take the hint, and throw it all away. That's it. So for those 3 or 4 days, there was no Italian seasoning whatsoever. And we use proper one. We use, oregano when we need oregano, garlic when we need garlic, and so on.
Oregano sometimes can give me a headache if there's too much of it. I've always noticed that. I don't know what it is. It's like got a superpower.
Oregano is really good for cleaning wounds.
What? Are you serious?
Really?
Rub some
Yeah,
oregano
really.
on that stuff.
Oregano kills like 26, 27 really nasty bacteria. So oregano has a lot of carvacrol in it, and carvacrol is really good for killing off MRSA, staph, E. coli, salmonella. It's really good for treating food poisoning.
Let me see. Hold on a second. Yeah. You guys carry on.
Okay. Yeah. So you got thyme. So you got thyme that's high in thymol, and you got very little carvacrol, and then you got oregano that has very little thymol, but a whole lot more carvacrol. I use oregano oil to treat my dog's ears for fungal infection.
Wait, for fungal infections even?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep, works a little bit for fungal and bacteria. You've got yeast and you've got something else. You've got a form of some forms of methicillin resistant or antibiotic resistant staph in there.
I was looking in the garden, but I have no oregano. I got some thyme, some mint, and some rosemary.
I love basil. It's like one of my favorites is basil, actually.
Basil is really tricky.
Yeah, I like basil and sometimes some people have added basil to chili, but it depends on if it's chili. If I like my chili sweeter, then I'll add basil. But if I like it really spicy, kind of tangy, no basil.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I say basil is really tricky is because most of the people they grow basil wrong. So first of all, it shouldn't be grown in full sun. It needs shadow a lot and needs water. And there is also the fact that basil, it's so when you see the flowers on basil, you would think that, oh, that's the new leaves, it's more delicate. That's totally wrong. This is where where basil is stronger. If you want to have a really delicate one, you should pick it up the small leaves when there are no flowers.
Oh, really? So like small leaves. I didn't know that you'd like. So when it gets too big, like you're just like, nope, that's it.
When it gets too big and it sprouts the flowers, it's the most potent one. It's the most zingy. You got to be really careful.
Oh, okay, too much then. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, but I said it's tricky because usually it's the other way around. When something has got flowers, they just begun, to blossom, so it's more delicate. With basil, it's the other way around.
Hey, Sinister.
And no, I don't follow soccer. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, can someone ask Fabio if he's a soccer fan? If
No.
he's a soccer fan, he's a race car fan, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm into motorsports mostly.
You do that show with Simos, right? Every so often with the racing.
Yeah, we do a show every Monday after the F1 race. So that's about the race which was held the previous Sunday, and I'm personally big into motorcycles. Well, I've always been big into motorcycles, a big fan. I mean, and also that was part of my professional career for about 6 years. So I got good memories about that whole stuff. So yeah.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Purpose is hitting the gym again. Well, props to you for being consistent. You're always hitting the gym.
The gym.
Yeah, it's not something I want to hit right now. It's so humid and hot right now.
Yeah, I don't want to. We canceled our gym memberships due to COVID.
Well, I'm not. My insurance is paying for this, for one. Secondly, listen to me. If you listen to Holy Spackle at all, type 2 diabetes is scary, and I don't want it, so I'm getting some exercise. And, well, okay, so I'm going to mute myself again.
I don't have type 2 diabetes yet, actually.
All right, are we on?
Yeah, we're live. We're live. So I have asthma.
Come on. The Indy 500 is coming up. It was held late this year, and a lot of businesses seem to be excited here in the Hoosier state. All right, is my sound off?
It's pretty rough because it's going through like we're picking up the whole gym, I think. It's pretty brutes.
Yeah, I just bring free weights to work. Stand here in my guard shack and do free weights.
You just work out while you're on the clock.
Well, I mean, I don't have to. I only have to do patrols after everybody leaves work, after everybody leaves the site. So I'm here for 3.5 hours. So got the AC going, got an air purifier in here, thanks to all the wonderful smoke that we're having up here. And yeah, I just stay here in the guard shack and do free weights.
Seems legit. So that way, in case you need to bust someone's head, you can just, you got the power.
Yeah. Nobody comes out here. The time people come out here is they wonder if they can take a tour of the boats. Can we take a tour of the ships? No, you can't take a tour of the ships.
What kind of ships? What kind of ships are there?
They're old. Well, there's one active, but they're old Coast Guard support ships.
Oh, so they're not leisure ships. They're not yachts. Okay.
Yeah, they're Coast Guard ships.
Are they like museum ships, or what?
No, they're decommissioned, and they use them for parts. At one time, the bay had over 150 decommissioned ships, but then the APA was cracking down on the pollutants in the bay, and so they moved a lot of them, of course, to Texas, where Texas was like, "Yeah, we'll be happy to take them." they can pollute our waters. So they took the majority of them, and only a handful of decommissioned ships stayed in this spot. And it's still up and running.
I was gonna zoom on to the dog to see if you made out with the dog like Cheshire Fab, but the dog went away.
Yeah.
The what?
Oh, Cheshire made out with her dog. It was really gross.
Cheshire also can't build roofs out of stairs in Minecraft.
Oh, interesting. She doesn't have the Minecraft skills.
She didn't let the dog lick inside her mouth, did she?
Yes, full on
Oh,
French
that's-
kiss.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I mean, I gotta say, I'm guilty as charged. 'Cause she does it to me too, especially
I mean,
when I'm
Like on
drinking beer.
purpose or an accident?
Well, no, she starts going really close, and then she's really licky. I don't know if it's a word or not, and she just can't resist. She's just.
Yeah, I've had the accidental tongue slippage. Like my beagle used to do that. I bend over to take my shoes off, tie my boots
Yeah.
from work, and the beagle would jump up and he'd go to lick my nose because my wife taught him to give kisses when he got home. And I told him, please don't do that. One of the days he's going to lick me in the mouth, and I don't like it. And he jumped up
Right.
and did that. Tongue went right in my mouth, and I about bit a tongue off. Ugh,
Yeah.
gross. The dude that's
Yeah.
sick. Get away.
She usually go for I mean, if I'm low enough, she goes for the neck or the cheek, but every so often she's just wrong and she just licks everybody.
My beagle, whenever my wife lets our beagle lick her face, she gets a rash. She breaks out with some kind of
Oh
weird
boy.
skin infection.
Oh, dang. Well, that would be unfortunate. I'm
Yeah.
allergic to my dog.
The pit bull's much better. She doesn't lick the face.
Yeah, I won't let my dog lick my face. Or at least I try to avoid it. I mean, there's been some oops, but like, definitely not in the mouth. Definitely not.
I don't let our dog sleep in our bedroom.
We have a little dog. He's a little bit spoiled. He sleeps at the bedroom, but he has his little bed like in the corner. So he's got a little memory foam mattress and everything. It's great.
Yeah, we had to stop getting memory foam mattresses for the pit bull. She ate 3 of them.
Well, that just makes it difficult.
Yep. Well, and she ate. I don't think she really. I don't know if she's swallowed any or not, but she really did a number on them. She destroyed them.
I don't think that would be good for her stomach. You have a German Shepherd, right?
Yeah, it's here. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can show it to you because you couldn't be fucking bothered. Argo.
I got a Boston.
Eccolo. Argo.
Here you are. Here you are. There's a puppy. Okay, that dog could be definitely a attack dog.
Yeah. He's a good boy. Oh, he's a good boy. Who's a good boy? Ah, good job.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Man-eater. You got a man-eater.
Basta. He wants to play.
Ferocious. That's right. Get him. He's got a cancer stick in his mouth. Secondhand smoke.
Basta. Basta. That's not a thing, apparently, so fuck it. Yeah.
It's not a thing.
No.
I was going to say, according to a great internet scholar, it's nothing.
Right? See?
All right, I'm going to go ahead and take off, folks. You guys have
No,
a good one.
Have a good night.
Bye. No, we're lucky enough that we have a garden and the dog sleeps outside, even in winter. We have a garden and a terrace which is covered. So they have their own small houses. But they sleep outside.
They're your guard dogs, son.
Say what?
Almost always, like when dogs are outdoor dogs here, they're like guard dogs. They're like, they got a job.
Well, okay, we have never trained our dogs to be guard dogs, and we've always said, because we've been knowing for many years. So I've always said at least one German Shepherd, but mostly 2. we never trained them to be guard dogs. The natural instinct is enough that, you know, when there is somebody, they bark, you know, and they are intimidating enough that mostly all our neighbors at least once have been visited, you know, by thief, you know, either during the night or while they were on vacation. I mean, small shit, you know, not too much of a thing. But almost all our neighbors, but our house, they've never been in there.
Well, yeah.
And I mean, I kind of understand that, you know, because usually those small thieves, it's not, you know, they're not professionals, you know, or stuff like that. And if there are 4 or 5 houses and one of them has dogs, I mean, what the fuck? I'm going the one which don't have dogs, because, you know, why risk anything, you know? So
Yeah, unless you have brought your steak and some other distraction. Like, what are you gonna do?
Oh, no. I'm with you, you know. But if you brought steak or something, it either means that they really, 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 really want to go in that house, or it's the only house for, you know, miles. You don't want to risk it if you don't know what's in the house. If you go inside, you know, just to steal in, I don't know, a television or a computer or stuff like that, I mean, I'd rather choose one which they don't have 2 big German shepherds, you know.
Yeah, I agree. German shepherds have a nasty bite too, man. Like they have like all sorts of teeth going every direction. It's like super sharp.
They are so they are not the best at anything. So they're not the best guard dogs. They're not the best rescue dogs. They're not the best. They're not the best at anything. They're not in the first spot at anything, but they are the second or third best at everything. So they're really versatile, and it's a good thing, you know.
That is good. That is good. I love German shepherds, but I also was attacked by one as a kid, and so like I've always remembered like these guys can chop you pretty good. They're just chewing on my leg.
No, and I agree with you. It's really funny. I mean, this one, the one we have now, you've seen now. I mean, we were playing before, but is barking and, you know, growling. But you know, his tail is wagging, and it's
just Mike.
It's
robot.
Is it my mic is going on?
Fabio's good actually, so it's you
Okay.
purpose.
It's on my end.
Okay. So, but it's his character. He just, that's just the way he plays. And even if we have had specifically German Shepherd for, I would say, 25 plus years, we never met one with this kind of character. So at the beginning, when he was, you know, 7, 8 months old, and that's the way he wanted to play, I kicked him so many times because I was seriously thinking that he was attacking me, you know. I didn't want him to play like that. It took me quite some time to figure out that he wasn't actually attacking, he was just playing. And there are telltales, but, you know, to be totally fair, I didn't really look at them, you know, the first time, because fuck it, I mean, it's a new dog. He's 8, 9 months old, and he's coming at me growling and showing the teeth. Better showing who's the boss, you know, because you don't want any trouble. But that's just the way he wants to play. So now it's fine.
Oh, that's good. And did you get your dogs at the same time, or are they like staggered from each other?
They are what? Sorry.
Did you get your doggos at the same time, or did you adopt like one later or get one later?
So the situation now is peculiar because we have 2 dogs. One is Argo, you saw, and the other one is the bitch that you saw before, and she's a refugee dog. Well, no, not a refugee dog. How do you call it? We just got it from a rescue dog. Yeah, refugee dog. Jesus Christ! I mean, people is giving me shit. It's going to give me shit because of that. but that's it's a weird combination because usually we've always had 2 German shepherds, and we always had 1 male and 1 female, and the female was usually the mother of the male. Because if we have 1 dog, it's always a female because they're better. There is no way around it. They're more aggressive. They take care of the territory way better. So if you have 1 dog, it has to be a female.
I heard that that the females are actually more territorial, I guess, like more.
They're more balanced. You have less risk of trying to to be the pack leader, that kind of stuff. It's better. I mean, they're better all around. But if you have 2, it's good to have a male and a female because they go together better. So it's weird.
Right.
And so we had a lot of all our female. They bred, and they bred in the house. And I can't remember the original question. What the fuck was the original question? I mean, it's fucking late.
Well, I think I was asking a little bit about just which one came first, which one do you adopt first?
Oh yeah, no, you're right. So the situation here, it's pretty strange because we used to have 2 other German shepherds, and the female was, I think she was 11 years old at the time, and the male, which was one of his kids, he was 7. Unfortunately, the male died because of a heart condition. So so we were left with the old female, and we said, okay, we got to get a new dog. And so we got a new German Shepherd, which is Argo, the one you saw, and he was 6 months old. And when we brought it home, the old female, she just looked at us and said, I mean, are you fucking shitting me? Because I can't raise this puppy. I mean, I'm old, I'm a grandmother. I'm not good at it. So we had a puppy and an old dog. And so we said, okay, we got to get a new puppy. Because, this one has to play with someone. And we got the rescue dog. And then, the old lady passed when she was 12. And now we have 2 dogs, which they're a male and a female, but they're not related to each other, which is the first time which has happened.
Yeah, I can't believe that dogs only last like between 12 and 15 years. It freaks me out.
It depends. I think it depends on the breed. It depends on the size of the dog. There are a lot of factors. Usually, German Shepherds, they last between 12 and 14 years. That's their average lifespan.
Yeah, it scares me because my doggo is like 10, and he's only supposed to. I mean, the average lifespan for a Boston's 11 to 13 years. Yeah. But he's my puppy still, so I'm all freaked out about it. I don't want to think about it. Anyway, continue. I'm gonna be a mess when that happens.
Yeah, you're muted, Porpoise. No, you're muted.
I missed you. June was an American foxhound. Very badly behaved, but very affectionate.
Yeah, with a bigger dog, you need to really be strict on training. And luckily, German Shepherds are really smart, but at the same time, smartness can sometimes come with like some stubbornness.
Yeah, I mean, we've had since I got married, we've had 8 German Shepherds. Okay, technically we had like 60 German Shepherds because if you include, when they were breeding, but the adults one, we had 8, and I can tell you not one of them had the same character. They share the same traits. There were some characteristics which were common, but the individual character they were all different from each other.
Every animal I've ever owned has had its own personality. Probably even fish, but it's hard to tell with fish.
Yes, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, it's what it's 1:30 p.m. here, and they hear all sorts of. I mean, we are in the country. They hear all sorts of noises, maybe rats, some other dogs barking away. They're just all over the place.
Where is here, if I may ask? Just general area, not like country, nothing more than that.
I live in Tuscany. I
He
live.
lives where we all dreamed of going.
I live 90 kilometers from Florence, on the coast, on the west coast of Italy, in Tuscany. I mean, the seaside is literally 15 minutes ride with a bicycle from where I live. 5 minutes with a motorcycle. 2 minutes if I drive.
Maybe if I ever become a Green Petty Office shipwreck, I'll go to Italy, but that's probably not going to happen.
It's it's an interesting place because we have a lot. The area where I live, it's full of shipyards, but they're mostly, well, not most. They're all leisure yachts. So yeah, there's some interesting boats coming here in during the winter, and there is a lot of people from all over the world because the crews are from all over the world. So it's funny, but in winter you find everybody. There are a couple of pubs that where you find you can hardly hear speaking Italian. There are people from Australia, from the US, from UK, New Zealand, South Africa, Russia. I mean, it's insane. It's really funny.
Yeah, that was really cool. Fabio, if someday I make it to Italy, am I allowed to visit you?
Is it what? Sorry.
If someday I make it to Italy, am I allowed to visit you?
Oh yeah. I got a place downstairs, so yeah, can visit anytime.
Yes. I might take it up on you one day.
And if you
I
come
don't
in
have
summer,
kids, so I better damn well travel now.
Yeah, I mean, if you come in summer and there is already somebody living downstairs, I can put a tent in the garden. You can stay in the garden.
I mean, it would be the first time I went camping.
Well, okay, to be totally fair to you, we just put out the tent like a week ago. It's been staying in the garden for most of the summer because it was really hot and we got no air conditioning in the house, so we just slept in the tent in the garden rather than sleeping in the house.
Is it actually cooler? Wow.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Europeans don't believe in air conditioning, it seems like.
Well, the thing is that, so like for example, my house is not considered to be a old house, and I think it's 120 years old, but it's not old. And so in order for you to retrofit with proper air conditioning and all that stuff, I mean, they were not built for that, right? So it takes a lot of things to make it work.
Yeah, we're picking up all that music and noise.
I am trying to keep myself muted. Patrick can just mute me.
That's it. You don't live here anymore. I'm just kidding. Oh, man. It's quiet today. Everybody's got split attention. I guess Shani's doing some interview with G-Man that I'm like, pass. I mean, what are they going to enlighten us about, really?
That's going to be fascinating, and I'm not going to watch it because I can't decide who's dumber in that situation. Although I think Shani's problem is she's uneducated.
Oh, it's more than that.
So fantastic. Sorry, no, go ahead.
I have some empathy for her mental illness, but she uses it as an excuse.
As long as you don't say retarded. Don't say
Oh my
retarded.
god. Oh my god. Now I'm demonetized.
Yeah.
I can only get away with saying tranny. Unless I use Shannon.
There you go.
So retarded is a word that gets intercepted by folks that maybe like are either autistic, or folks that maybe are a little bit slower or have like any neuroatypical behavior. Like in my case, like I'm actually neuroatypical because I have what's called dyscalculia, which is like dyscalculia but with numbers, and I have problems with numbers and reading music, and sometimes directions like north, east, south, west. Like I really struggle with that kind of stuff. So somebody could say that I have a disability in that way, or I can't. It's harder for me to cope with that. Like it's just different on how your mind works, right? But like what's funny is like I grew up in a time in the 80s where, like we didn't really think much of the word. Like we didn't think like, here's a kid that's slow. Let's make fun of this slow kid. At least like with the friends I was around, we weren't like, let's go pick on that Down syndrome kid or something. Like that was not how we ever used the word. And so like, it's funny because now like we've had a culture shift where that word is extra offensive. But what's happening is like, we make a word offensive. So like retarded or moron or spaz. Yeah. Spaz was one for a long time that was like totally acceptable, now starting to become unacceptable. And apparently it was unacceptable in Europe way before it was over here, because when we think of spaz, we think of like flailing arms and just kind of wild and hyper. And when they think of spaz, they're thinking like literal spasms. It's like somebody that like is like really messed up, like. And
well, you see, the thing is that, okay, so I understand that it might be, I would say it might trigger, somebody. The word might trigger somebody. I get it. I understand that. I also think that it really depends on the context. You can't impose your own sensibility to everybody. If you come around here in Italy, and I mean, you could hear somebody use the word nigger. It doesn't have the same connotation as it's in the US. For the same reason, I shouldn't say that, Spackle, you seems a little bit hysteric today. Because hysteria in Victorian London, yeah, but I can't use that,
misogynist.
Because yeah, I mean, in Victorian London, a woman was usually called hysteric when she was menstruating, as she had menstruation madness. I mean, where the fuck does it end?
Well, each culture has its own rules. It's part of the problem. But I get what Spackle's saying, I think. And yeah, it used to be this polite word, but culture changes.
Right. So I try to, like, obviously it's like on my list of words not to say. And part of the reason why I say it is because people brought it back into my vernacular, because like it's like old habits die hard, right? Like people were saying it around me, started picking it up. But I was making a point of like how there are some things that to me are just so much more offensive. Like Sarah Michelle on Twitter was so offended by fat shaming, and the fat shaming that she was encountering was like a hamburger emoji and nonsense like that. And I'm thinking like, oh my God, hold my beer. I can tell you all about the fat shaming that I've gotten here on YouTube. And it's really bad. Like, people call me triple chin just because I have a, even when I'm skinny, I have like a crease on my neck. And so on camera, it makes it look like it's thicker than it actually is. And then like people like, just, like, I don't know, they'll just take a swing at it. And I don't like feel like I'm particularly obese, because like, on my BMI, it's like I barely hit the obese category, like, overweight category. I'm like barely on it. So I'm not like Shani's level, which is a whole new thing. That's a whole new level. So I'm not like that, but like, like I am overweight. And so like for me to be like flipping out over it, it's like, well, that's truthful. Like I do need to lose weight, and I don't care. Like it, like, like, I mean, I care, but I don't care. So like for me, like it's so much more worse to say, but you remind me of David Earl Warden, which was that rapist guy that Steve interviewed. And that's what she said to Agrippa. And to me, like, that's far more offensive than a hamburger emoji ever would be.
She was just going after whatever she thought would affect Agrippa, and it's almost impossible to offend Agrippa.
And I think
Try it sometime.
I think I was triggered a little bit with the man who changed his name, because like again, it was the same level of offense. Do not say the word moron, but you can say, you know, this other horrible shit. And I'm like, okay, no, like let's let's point out which one's more heinous.
I mean, my mom died of cancer, right? You should not use the word cancer. I mean,
right.
Is it idiotic or not? I mean, it's insane, and I don't know if it's because some people are snowflakes or there is just okay. Now I'm getting really shitty. It's, you know, if there is this kind of woke culture, which I think is totally fucking insane, because it's politically correctness going fucking mad. And but it's super stupid, you know. I mean, if you want to make a joke, or even if you want to convey a concept, you got to take into consideration a lot of things. You know, I mean, the context is one thing. I mean, there is a lot of things you got to take into consideration, and you can't impose. Oh no, you shouldn't say that because somebody might get offended. Well, I got news for you. If somebody gets offended, it's not my problem, it's their problem, and they should be able to actually express why they get offended in that particular instance.
You are wrong for that, by the way, whoever just got featured.
Oh, Wild Heart always cracks me up. I'm attracted to curvaceous. I do have some curves, yes. This is the thing. I used to be on the other spectrum though. I used to be too skinny too. I've been on both sides.
Wild Heart, by the way, if you get in touch with me on some, I think we are on some Discord server together, just get in touch with me. I should have a link of me driving somewhere, which I made for another. So I might send you the link. It's unlisted, but I'll send you a link. And Vicky is here. Hey, honey.
Hey.
Hello,
We like exiled.
But someday I will go to Italy, see the Roman ruins, and make that 4 years of high school Latin somewhat useful. Actually, it has been useful, but not as you'd expect.
If you want an Excel, there's a link, but if not, that's fine too.
I can say with good authority, because I was witness to that Exile she makes an excellent breakfast.
Oh, she made you breakfast? What?
Yes. Yeah. Although a second, no. Before people start, you know, I mean, strange ideas.
This sounds interesting. Tell the story.
Well, okay. I don't know if I'm making it worse, but you know, she made breakfast to me, my wife, and Brian. So we were all together, and she made breakfast.
All together. Wow, this is sounding very Italian.
The Italians know one thing, they know food.
They also know orgies. I'm kidding. Of course, it was proper.
Yeah, with the Roman history thing, I can't say you're entirely wrong, but...
Oh yeah, exactly,
See, now I don't feel safe anymore. There you go.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sexually harass you. Forgive me.
Yeah. You don't say the O word.
You don't say the O word?
Yeah.
Why do you immediately think of Lyrical Orion?
Holy shit. Now I got PTSD. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm sorry, Exiled. I did not mean to harass you either. Jesus.
See? I mean, you can't win. If you go with that route, you cannot possibly win.
Oh man. Well, the proper thing to do is apologize and not do it again, instead of going on a rampage for a year and harassing the person.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry, go ahead.
the proper way is to not to take idiot people or idiocy as being the common denominator and move the fuck on. I mean, you will lose somebody. Who are you going to lose? Maybe the people which don't get it. Tough shit. We are what, 7 billion people on the planet. I mean, I'm gonna lose someone. I don't give two fucks about that.
We lose some, we gain some, we lose some,
Yeah.
we gain some. That's how my attitude
You-
has been with subs.
Can someone define what woke is, though? I've never quite figured that one out. I'm accused of being woke, not woke enough, and
I don't know. I don't know. I know that I use that word, so I should be able to actually being able to, but that is actually part of, I think, part of the problem. I've never seen a good definition of that.
So I like the guy that has red hair, who's a comedian, and it's really long red hair, and I think his name is like Woke AF or something like that, Woke as Fuck. I don't know if that's his handler or not. Scott always watches him, so I can't remember because when I watch him, it's with Scott, so I don't know. But that guy's hilarious, and he's like a hippie, like total, like I'm a vegan, I'm a Californian, you know, kind of, and he just says a bunch of nonsense.
The thing I would love to ask to a woke person is, tell me a joke which is funny.
that sounds like a conversation I once had with someone on it was the Media Matters Discus a long time ago, where they said, ask a question you don't think a liberal could answer. And my first thought was, well, what's your favorite part of the Turner Diaries? I may have to explain what the Turner Diaries is, but I hope not.
This is a very serious mod. He out-mods the other serious mods we know because he's willing to put himself in timeout. I'm impressed.
Yeah. It's okay, I won't say anything because I was going to say something really bad.
I'm just being passive aggressive, not aggressive, Fabio.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Aggressive is so passé. You know, you got to be
Right.
passive aggressive. Yeah.
That's right. Channel your inner Oscar Wilde.
Which is really funny. Every time that somebody tells me, "Oh, you're being passive aggressive," I mean, I tell them, "Well, I might have done something wrong because I'm usually aggressive. So maybe you got it wrong. I wasn't trying to be aggressive. So yeah."
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, you just have to figure out which tool you need. Okay, that's unfortunate that you have that much sunlight in your eyes.
It's just this time of day, and Terre Haute's not in its proper... Why do I do that? It's not like it's not available, but it's in the right time zone.
Well, I do declare.
Trying to make it harder for the shipwrecks that follow Steve to find out where I live.
Well, somebody called my work, and it was either a CCP weirdo or a Steve weirdo. I'm not sure which.
Steve is busy moving now, isn't it?
Yeah, so I guess they're losing their place, and they're trying to scramble around for a new place. Maybe he'll get an upgrade. Maybe he'll actually have a room and not a closet. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. As far as I know, he was paying. He said he was paying something about $400 a month. And I mean, I've been a couple of times to San Diego. I'm more familiar with the Bay Area, but I know for a fact that you cannot possibly find basically anything in San Diego for $400 a month.
Well, he's in the boondocks, so like where he's at is like in between San Diego and LA, and it's like the meth area or the just where the weirdos live or people that are off-road enthusiasts.
Listen, I made a search on Craigslist just for shit and giggles 2 days ago and trying to find something at $400 a month in San Diego.
Yeah,
The only
you
place
can't.
I found is the only place I found is somewhere in Tijuana. So I still think my point is valid, but yeah.
Yeah, so you can maybe rent like a cottage or a garage, but like it's gonna be like $1,000 a month.
Right.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Hey, a storage shed would be a spot for Steve. Imagine all the extra space that I should not fun of him back for that.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
could probably.
I was paying more than that in San Francisco just to park my fucking motorcycle. So I don't get it. And I know that, you know, rents in San Francisco are fucking crazy. I get it. But still.
Oh yeah, well, rent is really disgusting here too. But San Francisco's worse than us, and then we're actually San Diego now has become worse than LA. And San Francisco's still the worst because it has the extra issue of parking. You're right.
Yeah.
We don't have that yet. Thank God.
Your mic is really bad, Spackle, by the way.
Is it crackling or what's it doing?
Now it's better. It seems to be like the plug was moving.
Oh, weird. Okay. Well, I don't know.
We do need something to fix the housing issues in this country. But Steve will never support anything that will cause that to happen, so.
Well, he needs to. I don't know. He needs a form of income that isn't, what, $400 a month or something? That's so crazy.
Like,
Yeah,
like what I think he's probably getting from Agree to Argue. Or apparently he didn't know how much the cost to produce it was. I still think that's high for a YouTube show.
I just want to say that I gave important information to Agree to Argue, or actually Reasons to Believe, and so they will really be enlightened with the information I gave them.
Oh, you're talking about the poll that they made?
Yeah, I finished their poll. It was super enlightening. I'm sure they'll find it super helpful.
How do you feel? Happy, sad, blah, 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 other, and I put racist. I feel racist.
I think I put horny.
Horny, yeah, cool.
I feel racist.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was an emotion.
I didn't either. I just said, okay, racist. What? Yeah. I mean, it sounded fine, so I just left it there.
Oh my gosh, music, you get me banned. You can get me banned. All right, you're muted until you don't have blasting music in the background. And then if you need to be unmute, you can. If you can't unmute yourself, let me know in the chat, side chat.
So, besides all of that, well, what's up? I saw a fantastic video today. It was a hangout held by Shani and Rev. Where no. Listen, I'm not kidding. I don't usually watch that kind of shit, but I was fascinated just because there was Van Elton in there.
There was what?
And Van Elton was in there.
Oh,
too.
Van Helton lost his shit. It was like hours of him screaming.
Have you seen that? Are you talking about the same video? The one that they showed is the video that I think was Kenny PFZ or something like that he made. Have you seen that?
No, but like I was watching their nonstop like live streaming, and then when they brought in Van Helton, everything broke because he just was screaming at everybody.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna make some, a bit of a commercial here. I think I saw the link on the Geek Room Discord server, and somebody made took some parts of that hangout. And there is a part where Van Elton is screaming his lungs out about, people making a video that ruined his life, and the civilized Western world, whatever the fuck he says, stuff like that. And he was pointing the finger to this guy. I think it was Kenny PFZ. I don't want to mangle the nick, but I think it's like that. And so this guy pops in and said, well, I don't want to be, berated on the internet. I don't want to be slandered. What video are you talking about? And Van Elton is all over the fucking, this video. And the guy says, okay, we got the video. Oh, yeah, I'll send the video. So they show the video. And that was the video that this guy made. And probably people remember that it was a black and white video of this guy with a fedora. And he was talking about Van Elton. And it was actually a pretty sensible video, if you ask me. Because it was basically,
yes, I saw that part. That was not
Right.
that crazy. And yet he was making a big deal about it.
He was fucking insane, because before they showed the video, he was claiming that in that video, that dude, he was responsible for Andrea leaving Van Elton, for, I don't know, global warming, the end of civilization as we know it, maybe Ebola, all the things, pollution, everything. And so they say, okay, let's show the video. And the guy was actually, pretty sensible. He said, Van Elton, you got to get your shit together, because this thing might happen, blah, 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 blah. So it was really anticlimactic, the video, but Van Elton's reaction afterwards was fucking amazing. That was brilliant. And I think it's almost a 3 hours long video, and I usually don't watch it because my threshold is
Found
lower
it.
than that. Yeah, that one.
I found it. Let's see what it says. Let's see.
There is a huge fundraising
Oh my
deadline
gosh.
coming
I need
up.
a ad
Oh,
blocker
boy.
again. My ad blocker's off.
They need your
Ah!
help right now.
No,
if
they
they're
don't
going to
need my help.
Hi
No.
guys. Short and sweet.
Fuck you.
I haven't had a
Wait.
boyfriend since.
I don't want to find your
10% of her
boyfriend. Here we
time
go.
on these games. She's leaving posted about how she doesn't want to live anymore, how she can't
Can you
afford
hear that,
diapers.
guys?
These are
Yeah,
things
yeah.
people can take and send to the proper authorities to have you looked at.
I was like, I
But
was
you're
trying
too
to help
fucking
you.
insane to even see that. Get your life together before somebody fixes your fucking pathetic life for you, dude. And Mouse, if you're listening to this for the last time, get your kid, get your shit, get the fuck out of there. I don't care if you got to go to a homeless shelter. Get the fuck out of there. You'll thank me later, Anyway, for the rest of you, peace out. Have a good weekend.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
That's a video that caused Fukushima, guys.
That's real. That's some real shit right there.
Okay, so
That's some great advice, actually. Ken.
Three- shit to get you riled up.
three times
Oh,
he
God, here he
threatened
goes.
bodily harm.
That's untrue,
Three
Mike.
times, three times he threatened me.
You said,
And he told Andrea,
You
like I
said-
said, he told
you
Andrea to
fucking
get the kid
said
and get the
that
fuck out.
you
That's exactly
fucking
what he
said.
said.
Let
I
him
was
talk.
absolutely right about the video.
Wait a minute, everybody
Let
here.
him talk. Let him
You
talk.
fucking said, my friend, I was right here. You fucking said
Come on.
this guy told your wife that you were gonna kill her fucking kids. He said no such fucking thing. Yeah,
He did so.
liar. Yeah,
He did so.
liar.
He did
Yeah,
so.
liar.
He did
Did
so.
anybody
You
hear
fucking
that?
liar.
Come
Did
on.
He did
anybody
so.
hear that in the video?
He
Can I-
compared me
can I say something
to
real
mass
quick?
murderers and killers. Yet he did it 3 times in the video. 3 times in the video, he compared me to mass
Yeah.
murderers
It
and
doesn't
killers.
matter. It
Yes,
doesn't
he
Look,
fucking did.
at
matter.
the
You
end of
fucking
the
lying
day,
troll.
He actually
You
compared you
fucking
to
lying
someone
troll. You fucking
actually-
lying troll.
he actually
Listen.
compared you to someone who listens to people like you.
Well, listen, I don't have a lot of time for this, to be honest with you. I got to get rolling here in a few minutes. I'm sure it is.
I'm
But
sure-
can we just bury the hatchet, Vaughn? I mean, we played the video. Everybody
I'm
heard
going to
the
bury
video.
the hatchet with you, Mr. Mason. I'm going to bury the hatchet with
Mr.
you
Mason, so
because
he's
I'm going to
talking
sue
to-
the fuck out of you when I
Let's
get
not
Well,
done with
it-
locals.
By saying Mr. Mason,
I'm going to
lost
be
That's
suing.
on his
I'm going to
face.
be suing Clay County.
Wait a
I'm
minute
going to be
there.
suing
Wait a
Clay
minute
County.
there, evil
When I
Von
get
Hell.
done suing Clay County, you're next, Wildcat. You're next.
I know this fucking guy's name. His name is fucking Kenny, but his last name is not fucking Mason. I just doxed his ass. Shanny, Rev, I have to have your fucking permission. What's the fucking rule with doxing on your fucking channels? Oh,
Do not dox people.
Can I put it in the private fucking
Do
chat?
not dox people.
Do not dox people.
I know
So
that.
this goes on for about another hour.
Don't do that. That's not good.
I don't need it.
It's fucking insane.
I learned the hard way about dox.
This goes on for another hour. You know, they go back and forth, and Van Elton loses his shit. It's so beautiful. It's insane.
Should we fast forward it so he goes full?
I mean, I think that people should watch it by themselves because there's some nuggets in there that they're really worth me watching
Voice, dude.
with attention. And I don't think we're making a good service because it takes time and
Rev needs to talk
stamina
real
to
quick.
go through all of it.
Jesus, it's so hard to get a fucking word in. I just wanted to.
That's funny.
Yeah, because
what CPS did to Vaughn is bullshit. No, what CPS did to Vaughn was deserved.
Yeah, the funny thing, so he rage quits once and then he comes back. I mean, it's hilarious. It's Van Elton on his prime. It's precious. I love it.
Rev, if you want someone who'll let you get a word in edgewise, you may want to go with a different girlfriend. Just a bit. Also, please be from a different state. It shames me we're from the same home state.
Oh man, yeah, she's a bit much. Yeah, so Vaughn, man, like he's got like more, I would say, more dedicated hate trolls than Shanny does. Like, definitely.
Yeah, I got one on the video.
I think that Van Elton lost a little bit his grip because it was way funnier when he was making videos about. I mean, I remember when he was talking about CERN trying to cause the big black hole, which was going to swallow the whole Earth, and the satanic thing is, that was the Van Elton that I cherish, But yeah.
Yeah, like the fun Von Helton with his nonsense is more fun than the screamo Von Helton. Yeah, I agree. He makes everything about his trolls. So like any opportunity possible, like it could be somebody going, "I don't like your haircut, Rev," and he'd be like, "Those trolls, the time that they," and he just starts going off. He always makes it about himself.
Yeah.
I just have to stop making videos from a toilet. Please stop doing that.
Right? Who makes videos from a toilet? That's crazy.
I could sit in my house where there's not a lot of space. Their house isn't that bad. And even I don't make videos from my bathroom.
Yeah, the whole archangel thing, I don't know where they're getting that from, like why they decided that they're archangels. It seems very anti-biblical.
Is Shanny going schizoaffective now?
Yeah, they're saying that they're archangels. That's why they changed their names.
Oh, okay. So they're going up the ladder right now.
Yeah, Shanny's Sandolphin, he's Metatron.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, there's some weird archangels right there. Apparently, archangels do copious amounts of marijuana and drive manically down the road and scream at Mrs. D. That's what happened last night. Did you see them scream at Mrs. D? They screamed at Mrs. D. I'm like, what?
No, purpose is she's right. I mean, if you've seen Dogma, it all makes sense, right?
Kevin Smith style. Got it.
I hope to be a snappy dresser's cousin in that movie someday.
Oh yeah, pornographic archangels. I forgot about that part.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Scott, do you want to watch this Shanny video over here? Oh no, why not? He just ran off.
Because he's not retarded. That's why. Oh fuck! I say it again. Jeez.
Don't say the R word.
I did it again.
Could actually produce interesting content if she got some therapy, got on her medication, and actually talked about the struggle she has with mental illness and skipped the Christianity stuff.
Yeah, Simons is right. Vaughn was the boss when he was the Punisher. He is right. That was the pinnacle.
Wasn't he a vampire at one point too?
He was a vampire. He died 3 times. And yeah, that kind of shit. Yeah, he was a vampire, the Punisher. He died 3 times. He used the Force. I mean, the funny thing is that I'm trying to remember what he said, right? And this is the really ridiculous thing, because I can make shit up, and he probably said it right now. I don't know why I'm making an effort.
Oh yeah,
He was
like the
yeah,
well, I
wizard.
think he shot a gun at aliens. I remember that. I
Oh
remember him
yeah,
telling them about that.
he fought aliens. He fought the mafia, both the Russian one and the regular one. He was an FBI agent. He was a secret agent. He invented acronyms for the internet when he was working for AOL. Yeah, it's weird, because it seems to me that I'm pulling shit out of my ass, which it isn't, because he actually said that. But you can make shit up, and he probably said that.
No, when you tell people about the weirdos on the internet that we watch, the weirdo wonderland, as Secular calls it, like, people don't believe you. But now people are starting to understand, because they all like binge watch the Tiger King on Netflix, and now like that same weird thing that made them watch the Tiger King is the same weird thing that makes us watch Shanny and Vaughn. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but Spackle, when we've been watching Shanny and Vaughn, we're up to season 12.
I mean, it's kind of an addiction. I'm not really into Vaughn so much. That's Secular's gig and Sokka's gig. I'm more into Shanny. I think she's very interesting.
But Vaughn is entertaining, and he does have really people who just despise him. Because I got one, because Von Helton thought he had found a cure for COVID. And I thought, okay, I'll take a look. And there is someone who is going after Von Helton. There's like dozens of comments for him on my video. I'm like, does he really deserve this hate? Also, in acronyms for the internet, Vaughn, the internet was invented in 1969. Most of the acronyms were already around before you came along.
You don't need to explain that. We are losing all the magic. Do not explain that. Just say the shit. I mean, he invented the stealth bomber. That's it. He was a space marine. That's it. You don't need to explain all that shit. It's just crazy.
I was all those things in video games too.
No, but Von Helton really was a space marine.
Yeah.
He's an Adeptus Astartes of the Blood Angel chapter. Come on.
At Dark Angel, I think he made the wrong choice.
No, he's a Blood Angel.
Recently, he did mention that he also is a ninja, and he was explaining that to others as well.
No, you're right. He was a ninja. He was a warlock. So the good thing about Van Helton is that while people like Shanny, G-Man, they've been on for 12 seasons, but they're all reruns. Van Helton, it's all original content. If it just applies a little bit more, it's all original content. It's still 12 seasons, but the story is so much better.
I want to say, like in Shanny's hangout the other day, he said something about being a neurologist or working in neurology, and then he was trying to get somebody to take the C word, the other C word, not moderate C word, but like the anti-malaria drug that people were saying that cures COVID, and he was like trying to. Yeah, so like somebody mentioned COVID or getting sick with COVID, and then he made it all. Oh, someone mentioned Christina's fundraiser because she had COVID and then she couldn't go back to work and she needed help making. Then there's a fundraiser for Christina so that she can pay her rent. And then Von Helton thought this is a great time to make it all about himself. And he's like, and he's like, COVID's not a thing. It's not a really big deal. Take this medicine for malaria, me. And I better not have like this microchip vaccination and like just going all crazy.
No. It gets even better. During the same hangout, and that's why I said I urge people to watch them by themselves, because it's full of nuggets. During the same hangout, Van Helton says something on the line, about this Christina, because Shani at a certain moment says, all the money goes to Christina, blah, 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 blah. And Van Helton says, no, it's worthless because Christina has closed her, her GoFundMe thing and all that shit, right? So Drag gets in and says, what he said before is bullshit because it's not true. And he says, no, yeah, it's true. And he reads a page at GoFundMe that Christina closed, right?
2 years
and
ago.
She said,
yeah.
And and he said, thank you for all the thing, and close this GoFundMe. And Drag asked me, what's the date? 2018. Are you fucking shitting me? I mean, the guy can't even read.
Have you heard how Vaughn pronounces hydroxychloroquine?
Listen, Van Helton is brilliant, whatever the fuck he does. Have you seen him eating? It's fucking brilliant.
Go-gurt. He was eating a Go-gurt. He was like, squeeze, because he didn't have teeth in his mouth, so he's just eating a Go-gurt.
So he had a whole channel dedicated to die-cast cars, Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was big into Hot Wheels at a certain moment. I mean, you can't make this shit up. And he was making all sorts of tutorials how to change the wheels on the Hot Wheels. Oh, this is pretty good. It was the guy is fantastic. I love him. I wish him to 200 years because it's great. Even if, apparently the guy is the same age as me, which... Yeah, but it's brilliant. It's totally brilliant. I love it.
Oh, we have another expert in the room. Sokka. Sokka is a Von expert.
Another guy you may check out, sorry for interrupting, is Young Girl.
Now that Sokka's here, I'll ask him this question. Sokka, has Von Helton ever made any form of income off of any of the videos and streaming he's done online?
Do you mean income as in
and any form of monetary gain?
Well, yeah, I mean he scammed Rev out of probably $1,000.
No, that's scamming. I mean like monetization, Patreon.
I love you, brother Von. I'm tithing to you, even though you're pagan.
Call that? When people give you money on a YouTube live stream on the side of that.
Oh no, he never got super chats. I'm not sure those are around before he closed his last account. I know that I don't think I'm not sure if he was ever monetized, but I think that there was too many strikes on his channel from just the stuff that the content that he put up.
Yeah,
because he was always getting banged for anti-Islam stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so I don't think so. I mean, there's been a couple endeavors that he tried to do to make some money off of it, but not a lot. I
was gonna say, with the number of people who constantly watch him over the years, and the constant viewing and the content that he puts out there with all those views, he should be making money.
I can guarantee you that if he gets a person which is smart enough, and by smart enough, somebody that can breathe and type at the same time, and just
that might be hard to find, Fabio.
And just talk with the guy. The guy is a fucking gold mine, and not only a comedy gold mine. It might be a real gold mine, but he's too stupid to do that either.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he could have gone a lot of different ways with his channel to make it profitable. I don't know. I mean, at one point in time, I think he was up to about 14 or 15,000 subscribers on his main account before he closed it down.
Yeah, he got pretty high. I don't know if any of them were purchased. Does he purchase?
No, it wasn't. So there was if you take a look at the video that G-Man put out, or like that he's like for the interview with Von Helton, there's the picture that he used was the one of like time traveling Vaughn, and that was accumulated like by some trolls that kind of threw that together, just because they found these pictures of all these guys that kind of look like Vaughn, but there was actually a channel. I'm looking it up right now. It should come up pretty quick here. Let's see here. 10 theories that prove that time travel exists, or 4 real.
Yeah.
It's like one of those ones. Anyway, Vaughn was featured in that because they found that picture of this guy, and then so they in the same way that like Shani, what she gets all fucking excited because of she was featured for like a brief second or whatever in a Shane Dawson video, I guess. But there was actually like this entire segment on Von Helton, and so they're making fun of it, and because they went to his channel, I guess they found a lot of his karaoke stuff. And I think that he probably got a lot of subscribers from that. But I don't think they stuck around after they listened to the rest of the shit he had to say.
Lusty says you're thinking of Rhett and Link.
Von Helton karaoke is something you have to behold at least once in your lifetime, and then you'll need therapy.
I'm not really hearing anything that.
It's all popping.
Okay.
I can guarantee you that if Van Helton puts his mind into it, right, and he makes like 20 videos with those arguments, like the Mandela effect, CERN, time travel, and some other shit of his choice, is if he makes 20 videos on those subjects and he manages not to swear so he doesn't get monetized, he will make money. I don't know how much money, but it will make money.
Hasn't he been banished to BitChute?
Well, he voluntarily went to BitChute. I'm not sure. I can't remember the reasons why. He got really pissed off at. Well, he lives in a constant state of being angry with YouTube and Google because there's so many fake Vaughn accounts that pop up with people mirroring his content and putting the clips out there that like in the search algorithms you couldn't find like Von Helton stuff. You'd find all the troll stuff first. Oh, here it is. Here, the video is called 4 Real Cases of Time Travel by Good Mythical Morning. It has 10 million.
I love Good Mythical Morning. They're hilarious. They're like youth pastors practically.
Oh, really? Yeah, well, it's
that's why they act the way they do.
They actually were.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I used to do that job too. I know exactly what that is.
Oh, well, that would be hilarious if they sent that audience over to Von Helton's channel, I guess. I'm posting it in the chat if anybody wants to watch that. But yeah, they actually featured a little bit of Vaughn karaoke there as well.
Yeah, but it would be brilliant. I mean, I stand by my point. If he manages to make, again, 20 minutes, and they shouldn't be too long, like 20 minutes long, only him talking, that's it. Because 20 minutes seems to be a good, time that it gets crazy enough, but it doesn't derail too much. I mean, that should be, that would be a good money pit for the guy.
I want you to quit using words that trigger Clay County PCBS to come after him.
Well, I mean, the Vaughn Rage is it's easy. Like, getting Vaughn to go and start losing his shit on people is not that hard to do. He'll just do it automatically. I mean, take a look at the fucking last Shani hangout. Like, he came in raging at poor Mindbender there. Before he even he just assumed. It was like, oh. there's a person here. I don't like the accent. I think it's fake. So therefore, this person is probably a secret troll of mine that, was plotting by coming into this room, just on the off chance that I'd come into that room. Now that might have been the case, but still, it sounds pretty paranoid.
Well, I have gotten a little bit paranoid since starting just to, and I can't blame him for a little paranoid, but he's an extreme.
I can't, Sinister, your mic's really bad.
Yeah,
sorry about that.
Sinister, you're gonna have to drop out and start again.
Hold on.
Are you in a bowling alley? It looks like a bowling alley.
It's a gym.
Oh, it's a gym. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we guess what I've seen more of, I guess.
Bowling alleys?
What? I don't know. Oh, okay. Now it's a gym. I see. It just the
It's the low ceiling with the lighting and the
Yeah.
long makes it look like a bowling alley. Yeah.
Well, that's because I weigh 260 pounds like someone else.
Pounds or kilos?
It was pounds, she said. Personally, I think she meant stone, but
No, because if she weighed in stone, she's over 3,000 pounds.
I brought this up like in the Discord, and I'm gonna bring up this the same thing again. Like at this point, I know like a lot of us have poked fun at Shani's weight, okay, and on the most part, I would say that that's probably not the best way to go. I remember I made a joke once where that attacking Shani's weight's a kindness, because if you went after her personality, it would just be vicious as hell. But the one of the things that pisses me off is that there's a difference between calling somebody out for lying and making fun of somebody's weight. Okay, like, so I'm not going to bring up Shani's weight like in a negative context right now, in the sense where, I mean, sure, we could all get a chuckle and be like, "Hey guys, do you see how fat Shani is?" But the reason why it comes up constantly is because she's fucking lying. She's not 270 pounds. Anybody can see she's not 270 pounds. So when you go to so when you go out there and you say something like, "Well, I only weigh 270 pounds," and somebody calls you on that because it's bullshit, you can't be upset. They're not fat shaming you. They're calling you a fucking liar. It's the same thing with the whole like I don't want to dox Shani. Nobody should be out there doxing Shani and doing all that crap. But it's not doxing to say, to call them out and be like, "No, you don't live in fucking Japan. You live in Colorado. We all know you live in Colorado." That's not doxing. That's just calling you out on the fact that you're fucking lying.
Yeah, that is honestly retarded. Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I say it again. Jesus.
Tony's gonna strike me.
But
He's gonna
Sokka,
strike me.
how could they be in Colorado when they just went to a sushi restaurant? They must be in Japan.
Sokka, did you hear the part in Shani's vid where Vaughn is going to call CPS on you?
Right?
So I've had 2 interactions with Vaughn. One of them, I wasn't actually at home. I was out that evening, and I think that was the first time somebody had. Oh man, who was it? Who does that? There's somebody in Discord that like tags me every single time that Vaughn's in a chat somewhere, and so I think it's Aries. I think it's Aries. He's always doing that shit to me, trying to trigger me. Yeah. So I went out and I jumped into like one of the chats, and
How did you get that open so easily?
I'm not
okay,
sorry.
Family time.
No, my wife walked up to me with a jar to open, and I just kind of, I thought that she wanted something else, like, so I opened it like pretty easily, and then she started freaking out because apparently
too easy.
I made it look too easy or something, and that's only because I'm working out at the bowling alley a lot. Anyway,
Who works out?
I would like to make fun of myself because I am fat.
But so like there was one video where I was talking to him and I wasn't even at home, and there was another video where I was talking to him, and it was the one where Agent of Doubt comes in. And it was like fucking like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, you know, I was either out in my backyard or, you know, downstairs in the kitchen. So like my kids are asleep upstairs, and in his mind, apparently, this conversation that we were having, where we're talking about his proclivities in his video games, where he likes to have sex with horses. That apparently,
Wait,
that,
who likes to have sex with horses?
Von Helton.
Van Helton.
And dogs.
What?
Yes. But apparently that, like, for me pointing that out, I should have my kids taken away.
I've seen Vaughn follow up him because there are nurses in the universe.
Fallout's the dog one, Skyrim's the horse one for him.
I wish you hadn't explained that now.
I just want to take this time to show Fabio, and it's not showing all the way on the screenshot. I can't get it to line up because I'm using XSplit Cam. But if you take a look here, Nikki says the word retarded. And she talks about her labia. And if you know Nikki, she's the one that hangs out with who is it? Steve. Yeah, I just like completely. She's one of the Three Stooges. Anyway, I just thought it was funny because she said the word retarded, and she talks about her labia.
Listen, if somebody talks about the labia, it is implied that is, you know, gravitating around Steve for reasons that we all know, and if you don't, I'm not explaining to you.
Oh my God! On Steve.
Because just what I said, just the thought of it, just gave me PTSD again. So yeah,
that is a good picture of those guys.
Except Sam's blinking and ruining it all. But yeah, otherwise it would be great.
It looks like the you know, like the cast of like some type of like, you know, really bad like cop sitcom. You know, like Sam's like the straight edge guy, and you know, Drake's like the little bit crazy guy, and Xavier there he's the captain, you know, with the polo shirt, you know. You're out of control, Drake. Give me your badge and gun.
We got a situation in San Francisco.
What is that? CSI Houston? What the fuck is that?
We have an old rumor who walked out of the closet.
Man, Drake looks fucking giant in that picture. Jesus.
He is big. He's freaking huge.
I'm
Spackle, have you got the picture of Drag with G-Man?
No, because I wasn't on that trip.
All right, because he looks huge compared to that one.
Yeah,
Would you guys please stop body shaming Drag, please?
Body shaming Drag? He's no overweight coward.
Wait a minute. And the funnier one is when it's G-Man and Fiona on the subway together, and you realize that Fiona's feet are dangling, and then if you get a good shot of it, you realize that G-Man's feet are dangling too, just not as much.
I would like to point out that time of the month could be entertaining if Monica Clover and Shire didn't direct it.
I didn't catch any
that
of
was
that.
all poppity pop pop.
Yeah, bad reception there.
Yeah, the battery's getting low. I'll just turn my cell phone.
Is that a picture of Shani?
No, it can't be a Shani because that's a marine mammal. It's a large marine mammal, but it's not.
That's what I said, Fabio. It's a whale.
Yeah, that's why it's not Shani. It's a marine mammal. You should look for a large.
I just saw something large and blubberous in a body of water. I thought it was Shani in a bathtub.
It was when we went whale watching in San Francisco.
I don't want to body shame her. They can just like, okay, she's a big girl. We all know that she's a big girl.
Yeah.
You know, but then when we were watching we're watching. I was watching a Drake stream the other day, and he posted the Revelina pictures, and he got Shani sitting beside Rev, and I think I said it then. I'm not even sure if it was in the live stream or not, but like, oh no, it was on the Geek Group. Oh yeah, so it stoned up my face. Okay, anyway, like you look at that picture, which was taken like a year ago, and she's put on weight. So this idea that she's lost like 100 pounds in the last year is like you're looking at that like
she's just immobile.
No, like all the COVID has not been kind to her, and I genuinely
she gets DoorDash 3 times a day.
Yeah, I mean, oh God, she's, you know what, like, I tell you, like I get it, Rev, for whatever reason, has some type of infatuation with her. They love each other for whatever reason, and that's good. You know what? That fine, whatever. Okay. But man, like you can't just lie. Okay, like I know you want to make her feel good. Okay, but if you really love her, you don't have to be like, hey, you should lose weight, but be more encouraging. Get her to lead, get her to walk more. Get her to, just do something. Stop feeding her KFC 3 times a day or whatever the fuck they're eating there and shit. Offer to cook. Look for lighter alternatives, because and don't go off saying that she eats like a bird. Like the only way that that's a true statement is if we're talking about she eats like a literal bird every fucking meal, because we've seen her eat. She eats on camera all the time. She doesn't eat like a fucking bird.
Okay, but we never define what kind of bird.
Zach, can you clean off the table, please?
Nah, I'm busy.
And get her out of that dress.
Oh,
all right.
That is great. I mean, you live a dangerous life, Sokka. Jeez. I mean, I've been married 25 years, more than 25 years. I would never pull that shit on my wife.
You missed the part where she just completely ignored me, and because she knows that I'm going to do it. So
of course, and we missed that part. We also missed the part when the blood was splattered all around. I'm sure.
It was a drive-by tasking. Like she was already out of the room by the time I responded.
It was a rhetorical question. That's what it was.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, I gotta go. Get ready for dinner here, and I'll talk to you guys later.
You're gonna go of your own volition.
I'm gonna go of my own volition because I want to set the table. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, be a man. Show her.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever you do, don't bring out the sex whip, because we know someone's going to go to jail.
Jesus Christ.
I just wanted a Baja Blast.
It's been nice knowing you, Sokka. Bye-bye. Holy shit. That was dangerous as fuck. No, but Sokka is right. I mean, I've never seen Shani eating a salad.
Oh, I am in the show. Sorry. Why am I not muted?
Wait, Fabio, doesn't the lettuce on the hamburger count as a salad?
No, she was eating a salad. So one time she said she was eating healthy, and so she was laying there on her stomach, kind of, and she just has a salad in the bowl. And this was before she was with Rev. And so she grabs the salad, and she has so much ranch on it that it's just mainly ranch, and she's putting it with her hands in her mouth, and she looked like a manatee.
If the salad in the hamburger or that kind of salad counts as a salad, I can say that I eat salad every day when I'm drinking my martini because it has 3 olives in that. That's a salad. It's the same thing. Yeah.
Actually, no, wait a minute. The 3 olives? That's 3 servings of vegetables right there.
There you go. See?
Yeah. You've met your daily requirement.
Right. Sometimes I go crazy. I make a Gibson, so we got onions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's just crazy. But not anymore.
Yeah. Beautiful. That is beautiful.
Life is beautiful. But I do think Americans in general, like we eat a lot, and then we eat a lot of bad food, like food that actually isn't really food, if that makes sense.
You drink a lot.
That too.
It's uncanny. So okay, that might be
Like I
it's a
drink my
gross-
calories. I drink my calories. Yeah.
It's a gross generalization, so I'm fully aware of that. But every time, well, not every time, but most of the times I've been to the US, if somebody brings a bottle of wine at the table, the bottle of wine has to be finished, which is stupid. I mean, you drink what you need to be drink with your meal.
You don't have to kill the bottle? What?
Yeah.
Heresy.
I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird. And on the other end, you're so anal retentive about, that 21 years old, or you can't drink. I mean, let's scratch the fact that you can already be driving or go in the army by the time you're 21, but you can't drink.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. You can get married, yeah, and like you can actually start joining the services at 17. Even you start even earlier than 18.
Yeah, but the reason it doesn't make sense is that you're so retentive about that once somebody is 21, they start to drink, they actually have no idea how to drink. If you go, scratch Italy. If you go to France, for example, or either Germany or stuff like that, it is not uncommon that if you open, like, for example, a good bottle of wine, like a properly good bottle of wine, and you have kids at the table, you just give them a little bit of wine just to sip them, to understand, that is a good food, just, try that. It's not uncommon. Nobody, is, freaking the fuck out. It's, you learn to deal with that kind of stuff.
You mean your kids don't just turn into Drew Barrymore and alcoholic at like 13 years old in rehab?
No. Well, that would be an exception to the rule.
I mean, that's kind of how Americans are about everything, though. It's like we are sexually repressed, and we're least likely to wear a condom, like, than other countries. Like people that do have sexual relations, like they're less likely to wrap it up than, say, somebody in France. Like, that's been proven, and I think that's America has some interesting ideas.
Yeah. What's the thing which scared me the most when, especially the first times I went to the US, I was driving, in the US. The fact that I think that you guys really do not know how to fucking drive a car or any vehicle for that matter. And the fact that you can overtake people on the right, it's mental. It's totally fucked up.
We're not supposed to pass on the right, though.
Well, go on any highway, which has 3 or 4 lanes. Everybody's passing you both on the left and on the right. Not a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
The only good thing that the Americans brought to civilization, and I wish it would apply more, even in other countries, the only good thing concerning driving is that sometimes you can actually turn right if you have a red light. That is the single most intelligent thing that you brought to civilization concerning driving a vehicle.
You guys drive on the left, right?
No, we drive on the right. It's only the weird people in the UK and the crazy people in Australia. Well, there are some people in Asia. I think Hong Kong.
Japan.
Yeah, Japan. Too.
Colorado, Japan.
Anybody that's an island basically can drive onto the side of the road. If you're not on an island, you don't dare do it.
Why would
Because you're
they
going to
do
run
that?
into somebody who doesn't do it. No. That's just the system. They had a choice way back in the day to figure out how they wanted to do this, and that's what they picked.
Shirt situation, Shanny. Just
Yeah, we do have a Canadian and an Italian and a Californian because we're gonna secede.
Yeah.
Just kidding. We aren't, but I think we could if like we had Washington State and Oregon with us.
Oh, I got a question for you, Spaggle. Is Kamala Harris from the San Francisco area, or am I wrong about that? Is she from California somewhere?
I don't think so. Let me double check. Mel Harris is born in California, right? Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, she is our senator. I'm always like Barbara Boxer. But yeah, she's our senator. Let me see here. Oh yeah, she had the stupid ban on assault weapons.
Okay.
Sorry, but some of the most stupidest, more ridiculous laws.
Oh, talking about stupid weapons. Has anybody seen so Warning of People is back?
Oh God.
Yeah, he has a channel. I think it's something like Luigi Warning, stuff like that.
How do I spell that? Luigi Warning. Let's see.
Yeah, Luigi. I mean, like Mario and Luigi. The Nintendo things. Luigi Warning.
People.
And he made a video, something like weapons that an American carry, American warrior weapons, shit like that. I don't know. And so basically what he does is he opens a trunk or a boot, and he has what seems to be a Glock 18, keybar knife, and a Maglite torchlight. Yeah, that one. So I can guarantee you that weapon is fake.
The gun?
Yeah. It's a BB gun at best. Because, okay, if you...
I need an ad blocker. I'm sorry, I don't have my ad blocker right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What? Okay.
So, yeah, there you go. Stop it there. So, well, if you go a little bit before, there is another hint. Or maybe later, when it shows.
Man, he's got shit.
Yeah, that's good enough. So I can guarantee you this gun is fake. Because it has no markings on the handle. So this is supposed to be a Glock 18. Trust me on that. It has no markings on the handle. There is a big square where it's supposed to be markings for Glock. And he's also missing a lot of features. Well, first of all, he has no magazine release button, which is supposed to be close to a trigger guard. He has no slider blocking button. I don't know. So it's linked. I mean, it's fake as shit. That's the gist of it.
Could be a pellet gun.
Yeah. It's probably a CO2 gun or shit like that. I mean, it's a very shitty reproduction. I can guarantee you, I can find you BB guns which are way more, original than that.
He's a real weirdo.
He is a real weirdo, yeah.
I'm gonna turn that crappy music off.
The Rambo combat knife.
Yeah,
he's got a K-bar.
That is actually not a bad knife. That I kind of like it. And then he has a Maglite. There you go. See, I'm gonna smash all the the Negroes' heads with that. There you go, bang.
Don't worry, in California, if they pull you over, they'll still get you.
Yeah.
We'll still get you for
What
that.
good people needs to remember: if you're going to hit somebody with a flashlight, you got to turn it on first.
Anyway, regardless, the guy's back. I urge everybody to go subscribe. hit the bell button, whatever the fuck you're gonna do, because this guy is great.
The Ouija warning. Is he on any like actual streams? Let me see.
No, I think he has just there is a video
He
where
hides
he's
in the
talking
dark.
about I don't know, Muslims and immigrants or so.
That's
This
not him.
No, it's not him. It's just
He's like playing other people's videos. Interesting.
yeah, but it's brilliant. It's worth it.
Immigrants conform to my culture or get
Yeah.
the fuck out.
Yeah.
What the fuck? My culture
Fabio.
and lifestyle. His lifestyle of guns and living in the desert playing Rambo.
He is brilliant. He's
Fabio,
totally brilliant.
You called it. It's a pellet gun.
I know. Listen,
No,
I know.
Literally, it is the pellet gun.
Yeah.
I just found the pellet gun.
Yeah. Well, okay. So the good thing is that at least that pellet gun has the magazine in it. Because I don't know if you guys remember ever saw him, with a rifle. He had a previous channel where he was, walking in some kind
Right,
of
where he
desert
he
area.
doesn't match his camo.
Yeah,
He's got the
but
desert
thing-
and the jungle camo on in the red
And
clay
he-
earth by the steel beams. Yeah.
Right, and he had the rifle, but unfortunately there was no magazine in the rifle. So yeah, tough shit. He was probably going to use it as a club. I don't know. I have no fucking idea. So at least it's a pellet gun, and he had a magazine in it. What people is really wondering is if the Maglite has got batteries in it. Nobody knows for sure.
Well, if he's going to hit somebody with it and there's no batteries in it, it's not a very effective club.
I know, but he has
That's-
an history
that's
of
why the
not
batteries
putting
are in there.
magazines. Yeah, he has an history of not putting, the proper shit in the proper place. So
Crow's already in the chat. Cool airsoft gun. I bet that was expensive.
yeah.
That's hilarious. He's so weird, man.
Crow, I tell Crow, I don't even think it's airsoft. I think it's one step lower than that.
Yeah, if it's an airsoft, it's a really bad one. I got better ones than that one.
Jeez. Yeah, he's so weird.
He's brilliant. I was so mad.
Apparently,
when he
Exile
was-
needs knives.
Yeah. I was so mad when he was in Greg's server that people keep kicking him out. I was so mad because, really, you can't find a buffoon bigger than that guy. So yeah.
Oh man, warning. He's like the guy that you love to fight with when you just really want to fight with somebody and just be like, "Oh, you idiot!" Like he's one of those kind of guys.
Yeah. And it's like Van Elton in a way. It's even easier to make him mad, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true. Though I got Von Helton screaming at me when I said all of our favorite founding fathers were deists, and he just lost his mind.
Yeah.
So sometimes he's unpredictable. Like there's the predictable subjects. Like if you talk to Von Helton about abortion, he loses his goddamn mind and just starts shrieking at you. You talk about mental health, it's easy to get him riled up about that. But there are some surprise things that really bug him, and one of them is if you say, all of our favorite founding fathers were deists. Like, oh my god, he just loses his mind. It's
But the
crazy.
thing with warning is that everything triggers him. With Van Elton, there are some things that they immediately freaks out. With warning, it's literally everything. And he's super funny because he gets really riled up for shit. And he says the stupidest shit ever. Sorry about that. My dog decided that that the table was a good place to lean on. It just moved.
Oh, I was wondering what that was. I was like, oh, that got crazy.
Yeah, I love him. I love that guy to the heart. I wish nobody ever kicked him from Drag. I think you kicked him, Speckle, right?
I kicked him?
Yeah, I think you were one
Von
of
Helton?
the guys. No,
No,
warning.
A warning. I didn't want him in to begin with, but I don't know if I kicked him. I can't remember if I did or not.
He had his issues though, Fabio. So it was just a matter of time for something like that to happen.
That's the thing, people do not get. I mean, you should be patient with those guys. Yeah. Okay, I won't say they are retarded because apparently you can say that.
Oh my god, I'm still gonna get struck. Tony's gonna come back here and strike my channel because of retarded.
Hey, you said retarded.
Who's gonna come back?
Tony.
Tony. Why is he gonna strike your channel? What'd you do?
Because the R word.
Yeah,
it's against terms and services.
Oh, it's against terms and services.
Which, by the way,
can't be used on the internet.
By the way, the R word is not nigger. It's another R word. That is where it's really confusing to me. But anyway, I mean, you got to be patient with people like Warning. You gotta nurture him. You feed some water every so often. You
feed him
offer
some water.
Yeah, I mean, you bring him to the sun every so often. I mean, you can kick it to the curb, but then you gotta feed the guy. So yeah, it's a balance. I understand it's an acquired taste, but I think it's worth the effort. And kicking the guy, it leaves a void that it's tough to fill. You can camp in my garden anytime, Exiled. You know that.
Exiled is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put this on for a minute because I just think it's hilarious.
So no, I don't regret calling him that word. Because any man, I don't care what skin color you are, any person who tries to steal your house and your home is a fucking foreign little fucking thug bitch. I love black people. Fucking thug bitch. I love black people. And they said something they didn't like, it was automatically that fucking nigger. I love black people. Black lives matter. I love black people. Black lives matter. I love black people. Well, these Black Lives Matter, they did take a kneel peacefully, and you didn't fucking listen to them. Is there lingering racism in me?
They're really good at mixing things.
Yeah, really good.
Who mixed this?
Hannibal and Monty. Mouty. Not Mouty. I'm sorry.
Monty.
Hannibal and Monty.
The fuck you are, it just came out. Because I'm not a racist, I love black people. Yeah, I'll be fucking racist all day long. Because I'm not a racist, I love black people. Yeah, but it's okay for them to call me a white nigger. Because I'm not a racist, I love black people. Yeah, they think what they do, they can get away with because they're black. I love black people. Yeah, go fuck yourselves, all of you. Because I'm not a racist, I love black people. Yeah. I don't owe you shit, nigger. Yes, you do.
So, when does being LGBT give you the excuse to use the word Shani is used?
Fucking suck, bitch. I love black people. And they said something they didn't like, it was automatically that fucking.
You're roboting.
No, she was coming through okay, actually.
Oh, okay.
I love black people. Well, these Black Lives Matter, they did take a kneel peacefully, and you didn't.
I thought it was muted.
Is there lingering racism in me? Maybe.
Jesus.
No, it's a very good production, but this is what I was telling about. Just think about it. If Hannibal and Monty get it with Van Elton and make 20 minutes video of Van Elton talking, that would be the fucking shit.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
It would be great, Think about, Pills of Van Elton talking about time travel or lizard people, 20 minutes, one every week. It will go through the roof.
What the fuck is so interesting about this?
I think Hannibal and Monty can make Steve's Rocks or Atheist streams entertaining.
Oh yeah,
I think they're that good.
They're really good.
Black, is that the only greatness she has? Is she's black and
You want to try to be in the cool, I'm not racist card?
Okay, ladies and gents, I gotta jump out because it's 3 a.m. So I think I'm gonna get some. I think me.
Sorry about
Good
that.
night.
Yeah. I was like, okay, goodbye, and then I removed him by accident. I am the worst. The worst. All right. Okay.
I need to expand my interest on YouTube.
What are you going to expand your interest to?
Something other than goddamn Steve McRae.
Heck, hitty.
Try log cabin building.
Log cabin building? Like,
Oh yeah, there's tons of channels out there on building log cabins.
I watch like tiny house stuff sometimes, and then I definitely watch Overlanders. Like, that's a thing.
I was considering doing some stuff on basic Linux administration, like how to install email servers, set up secure Linux, that sort of thing. But I'm sure there are plenty of channels that do that.
So the G-Man and Shani interview is about ready to start. Should we watch it?
Oh yes, that should be.
Can we get struck for that watching another one? I mean, it's not like he's an important channel.
I don't know, actually. Headless Chicken might know more.
What?
I didn't
Why
say
would I
you
know
would.
more
I just
about
said you. Sorry, go ahead.
You know, because he's not monetized, I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay.
I've been watching stories about old murders and trials. Nice.
G-Man could make a lot of money just by letting people pay to make fun of him.
He basically does.
I thought he doesn't monetize it. Oh,
No,
you mean Shanny and
because
Rev?
People send him money.
Yeah, just open up your channel for monetization. Let the trolls send you money.
Honestly, the thing is, if he opens it up for monetization, he also then opens himself up for getting struck. For people to
true. Oh, sure.
because then they can actually damage the channel. Otherwise,
Right.
what are they doing? They're not hurting anything.
Yeah, what are you actually gonna achieve? I know that, like if I was to stream, let me think here, ACA live, I can get struck.
But what if he has a... I don't know. G-Man... I would say G-Man knows what he's doing, but that doesn't mesh with... I don't know, because part of me thinks G-Man isn't...
Over the years, Porpoise, there's been other channels out there that are not monetized, and they do some crazy shit. But when people report them, YouTube doesn't seem to do much. But again, there's no revenue.
Do we
But
want
if you
to...
got revenue on your channel, now you've got sponsors and you've got advertising, and that's where the money's made, and YouTube's got to pay attention to that.
I just think G-Man could get himself out of that attic if he monetized his channel.
But why do you want G-Man out of the attic?
I think he wants out of the attic.
Does he?
I don't know.
Nah, brah.
I mean, you've watched him longer than I have. I have a hard time thinking he's not a Poe, so...
No, he's definitely not a Poe. He's not smart enough to be a Poe to keep it up this long. There's a point where it stops being a Poe because there's just no way someone could do it that long and stay in character without breaking.
Well, if Drag isn't gonna stream it, maybe I should. It'll be like an Inception.
It's your channel.
Inception. It's one of my many channels. So many channels.
And I'm... Oh, hold on. Sorry. Gotta watch myself when they do that. Otherwise, you'll hear me popping the bottle on the microphone.
I will see if Drag is gonna actually stream, because he's the one with the actual audience and monetization.
And the desire to irritate G-Man.
One second. I'm typing a message. Can't think and talk at the same time. I can't do it.
Well, another thing I think that would ease that situation a lot a bit, if Shayna would just stop being racist to Dragnot, Dragnot would eventually leave her alone. Maybe. But then again, if she hadn't shown up on my channel, I wouldn't know who she or Dragnoct was.
Oh yeah. Well, you know.
What's the difference between a penthouse and living in the attic?
Jeez.
Oh,
What's the difference between a penthouse and living in the attic?
Hot tub.
Oh yeah, that hot tub. That's a big one.
A penthouse would have a hot tub. An
penthouses
attic
are-
is just hot.
you could have a nice Sonic up there. Sauna up there.
An attic would be a sauna.
That's a good point, Exiled. Drag should keep covering channel people like his content. Drag is entertaining.
Yes, but Shani was my muse before she was his muse.
Yeah, I need to.
I remember Shani the Hut. That's when she sat on the couch with what was his name? The husband had Star Wars toys. Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she wielded an axe at Chris, and
Oh wow.
yeah, like,
Is that what got him to leave, or did he stick around?
well, he cheated on her too, but she wielded an axe at him, which is fascinating.
What is with these people?
Exile needs to come in and tell me the story of why Shani is so scared of her. Because Shani calls her a psychopath and a stalker.
Remember, G-Man had a sledgehammer. Shani's got an axe. G-Man's got a machete.
No, the only people that have been wielding
Shani-
weapons by
Shani's got a
anybody are
sex
them.
whip. Yeah.
That's the only people.
Well, I was going to say, don't most Americans have some kind of weapon?
Yeah, but they're not brandishing them on YouTube videos.
Yeah, it's like no one needs to see what I have here. And if you grew up in a rural area, it's like most people owned guns because hunting's a thing. And I think the reason why Shani is afraid of Exiled is because Shani has diagnosed illnesses. Did I get that right?
She has diagnosed illnesses?
I meant
or-
Exiled.
No, exiles are diagnosed. Shani just says she has fibro.
Oh, I see. Well, you know, the time when she said she had I can't remember. Can I cover the interview that's about to happen? Yes, I can. However, Exiled and everybody in chat, I'm going to actually end this stream and restart a new stream so that way it's separate. So that way, if anybody wanted to rewatch that interview and our commentary, it's separate and they don't have to fish through 2 hours of banter. So I'm going to restart a new stream.
All right. Well, maybe funnier people will come. I was going to say, maybe people funnier than me will come in.
Feel free to check back in just a couple minutes. All right. Let's go out to the lobby. Let's go out to the lobby. Let's go out to the lobby and find ourselves a cheat.
All right.